Our company, Intelligent Organizational Systems, helps organizations build process-based management systems better aligned with their human system, and at the same time build more effective teams based on identifying innate talent. This presentation reveals how rethinking integration can help achieve excellence. Most definitions of management systems state that policies and processes are used to achieve desired objectives. As recently as 2012, ISO stated that an effective management system is usually based on a plan, do, check, act approach. In the current world, these concepts are far too narrow and restrictive in scope. In the evolution of quality, focus is shifting towards mining the intelligence of organizations to achieve greater innovation and creativity. This contrasts with strict management controls. It's not an either-or decision, but it does mean assigning different talent to jobs that require controls and those that require creativity. All management systems have their origins in quality assurance principles. We know, however, that these aren't necessarily sufficient for organizational effectiveness. ISO certification and even Baldrige awards are no guarantee of effectiveness or exceptional performance. We have thousands of standards and the pile is growing. In the case of management system standards, they are consensus standards that aren't specific to any organization, and more importantly, they don't really provide much guidance on how to actually develop a management system. Fortunately, processes have been very helpful in improving management systems. The risk is that we can become too analytical and forget that humans rather than computers are the pointy end of the process. On the top right, the flowchart for the use of the apostrophe is a good example of an overanalyzed process. Senior management tends to focus on other things, including coercion approaches such as, quote, setting expectations and holding people accountable. They view the management system as controlling the work of others rather than showing how work and information, including their own, fits and flows across the organization. Inherent in this is that organizations are collective meaning systems, not simply qualified people using tools in fancy buildings. Human spirit and emotions drive culture, motivation, and people's urge to contribute, yet are often ignored as being too abstract for management interest. Individual meaning systems vary. What is work for one is play for another. Organizations can make good use of this wealth of diversity of reasoning and relating. Diversity goes far beyond gender, race, and religion. It defines what has meaning and what motivates. A different point of view is simply the view from where you're not. So if management systems aren't simply collections of policies, processes, and procedures, where does this leave us? Every management system has unique issues. The next 10 slides give you some specific things to think about in relation to your own management system and how to view integration. Has your management system moved beyond traditional QMS? Processes and standards are important, but are they producing the desired outcomes? Are your systems coherent and well integrated? Have you consciously seeded diverse reasoning in appropriate areas and levels throughout the organization? A management system is really 5 simultaneously interacting systems: the technology, power and relational dynamics, organizational structure, and people-process interactions. These are encompassed in a 5th system, which is the evolving internal and external context. These systems must be considered together. Have you picked a management system owner who loves to think about business excellence and how the human system works to achieve it? This includes understanding the complexities of how information and work is handed off throughout the organization. Support that individual with a team of big S thinkers: strategic, sustainable, systemic, systematic. They are bridgers who can create shared space and meaning. Your organization has such people, but traditional HR processes won't find them, which is why we favor advanced tools such as Pathfinder Career System. Instead of thinking of processes as tightly controlling work, think of them as a means to help the human system achieve desired outcomes, build resilience and sustainability, and unify your systems. Management system specialists are really there to help organizations design themselves although they often don't realize it. In particular, integrate the leadership and management activities shown on the left. They should be transparent and appear explicitly in the governance and executive processes. Otherwise, the organization focuses on core and support processes, and no one really understands how the organization is directed and managed. It's the desired outcomes that provide the basis for strategy development. The second step is to determine what integrated combination of processes and human system are needed to accomplish these outcomes. Lastly, determine what standards need to be applied and tweak the overall system accordingly. Use modern tools of engagement. Open space technology, focus groups, appreciative inquiry, and world cafes are powerful ways to build effective relationships. They are far more useful than employee surveys in creating a sense of shared space. They are tools to mine the intelligence of your organization. Take a hard look at your approach to PDCA and continual improvement. Increased complexity and uncertainty require different thinking. The concept of PDCA expands significantly, and you need to find people in your organization who can envision and create new opportunities. In summary, build your system to show how everything, including the work of management, fits together. Make it your center for knowledge management and an integrated tool for continual improvement. Consciously build an organizational meaning consistent with the culture you want to create.